Hello, beautiful souls. This is Lily with Candlelight Tarot. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. I am so excited to be reading for you today. We are also being joined with this deck of tarot cards, literally called tarot cards. They're really pretty though. So, a little shiny moment. But yes, thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, I don't feel like I do anything super crazy. I don't know why I'm saying that, but if you're coming back, hello. This is actually the first video I'm ever recording, so y'all are pretty special, you know? First tarot video I'm ever making. Like, oh my god, y'all are OGs. Before we start the reading, the fuck was I gonna say? I don't know. As you go through it, if you're like, damn, this girl is onto something, I like her vibe, I don't have a website or anything set up, but I am open for personal readings. So I have my email link down there. You can shoot me an email or questions, concerns, whatever. There is a comment section for that. But I will be checking my email. So you can reach me there, and I hope y'all enjoy the reading. Thank you. So today's reading I did not ask a question for. I just felt like, well, go on vibes. I will say throughout the morning as I was doing my yoga and eating breakfast and stuff, take care of yourself. You're so loved. But as I was getting ready and, prepping for this video, I was like, okay, who am I channeling towards? What are some signs that it could be for them? And one thing that kept coming through was tall. Tall, brunette, shoulder length, longer hair. I'm almost envisioning a darker brunette with a little bit curlier hair. It's around shoulder length, and it can be for anyone, absolutely. Or if you have someone in your life that looks like that, they might be channeling to you through me. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. So, anyways, let's get into it. I have our cards drawn. So we've got the Page of Pentacles in reversed, the Hermit, and the World. And let me just say, I love how simple this deck is. The designs are there's not too much going on, which I really appreciate. So perhaps this reading is also for someone who's a little bit overwhelmed and needs things to be a little bit simpler. But anyways, so the Page of Pentacles in reversed. So the Page of Pentacles in the upright position is about passion and creativity and forward movement. And so when you put that in the reversed, you get more of a lost passion sort of vibe. Perhaps a little bit of burnout. One of the things that really came through was the need for balancing creative passion and work. And I mean that specifically in the terms of when you are trying to start something creatively to make money, which you were already good at it, you've been good at it, and it's fun, so you say, okay, I'm gonna make something out of this. I'm gonna get serious about it, and I'm gonna try and make some money. And then that becomes work, and over time you lose the passion. And there also with that comes instead of oh, it's just fun, I'm just doing this for fun, and then people enjoy it because of that, there becomes a focus on perfectionism and needing to have a certain standard for other people, right? So that followed by the hermit, I think, is almost a question. Because the hermit is, typically finding wisdom in being alone. Yes, I think that's kind of what comes to mind for most people when they see the hermit. But when it's following the Page of Pentacles like this, and it's following this revealed loss of creative passion because it's turning into work, that vibe, it gives me the vibe of, someone just sitting alone in their room and working super hard to make this happen and consistently putting effort into this creative thing, which I feel like a lot of more creative efforts tend to be more solitary, right? But at the same time, when you put all of your effort into something and the progress doesn't feel like it's happening quick enough, when the progress doesn't happen as fast as you would like it, or you're not seeing it, it might be happening, but a lot of the time that kind of thing happens in the background. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot happening that we're not aware of. So it being the Page of Pentacles in reverse, being paired with the Hermit, I feel like the Hermit is asking you to consider, are you meant to be a hermit right now? And I think that answer is going to be different for everyone, because the next card is the World, which is a phenomenal sign, right? If you're working towards something, the World is saying, like, things are going to open up. It does point to having a better control of yourself. How do I phrase this? So perhaps, in a sense, part of the success is finding a better balance. Okay, I see what we're saying here. So, to me, as a summary, for you and for me, because sometimes when I talk, I lose what I'm saying and then I don't remember what I've said. But with the Page of Pentacles, it reversed, it is giving creative burnout, which, if you are experiencing that, I'm very sorry you're going through that. Know that it is a very natural part of the creative process, especially when you're trying to make a creative thing turn into a money-making thing. And also know it's possible. I think that a huge part of going into creative fields is, yes, people have done it before, but creativity is all about putting your own spin on things, right? So no one's gonna do it exactly like you've done it, and you're not doing it how anyone else has done it. So then it's like you're creating something totally new, and that's that's pretty freaking scary, And it, especially if you're like a perfectionist and you're not seeing immediate results. I know I'm guilty of this. You go, oh my God, it's not working. Oh my God, I'm a failure. You're not. You're not a failure. You are doing phenomenal. I just think that you need to, and the cards think that you need to balance a little bit better. So if you are staying in your room all the time, only focusing on this thing, I commend you for the effort that you are putting in, but go outside. Go outside, hang out with your friends, go for a hike, Even just go sit outside and feel the wind on your face for 5 minutes. Take some deep breaths. Remove yourself from the situation. It's kind of like, we need sleep to process. Take every time that you take a break, an intentional break. I'm not saying to just give it up completely and, But if your body is saying, I need rest, I need to do something else, listen to it. Because when you listen to it, if you drive out somewhere or walk somewhere, and you go see someone and you're walking home, you might have an insane idea that might completely change the trajectory of your creative business and turn it into a complete success, So rest is super important. But then, on the other hand, if you are not hermiting, if you're spending all your time away from this project that you have going, and it's giving me the vibes of someone who has a lot of really great ideas and they don't want to commit to it, so they just spend a lot of time avoiding. If I just clocked you, know that I felt that clock. I felt that clock hard. But if you're someone who's avoiding the greatness within you by doing a lot of other shit that has nothing to do with it, fam, you gotta lock in. And it doesn't even need to be a crazy lock-in. I read that it's a Japanese philosophy, which it was from a caption on probably a YouTube reel. So take it with a grain of salt. But the philosophy itself was great. The philosophy was that the rule of ones, right? So if you need to start something, write one sentence, do 1 minute, do this, do that. And once you start it, it's a lot harder to stop because you've already started it. You might as well keep going. But starting is fucking hard. But that being said, don't put pressure on yourself when you start. I mean, easier said than done, but there is no pressure. Just have fun making it. And once you start, oh my God, just doing the things that you know you can do, but you put off because you're scared or it's overwhelming or whatever, it is addicting. It is a joy like nothing else, and you are deserving of that joy. And if the things that you are doing are not bringing you fulfillment, and you know that this thing will, but you're too overwhelmed, I don't know what else to say other than if you do it, it'll turn out well. And even if it doesn't, it's part of the learning process. Sometimes we have to, we have to start and stop and restart and start and stop and restart over and over until we get it right. I mean, I know I've done that. This is probably the third time I've tried starting a tarot channel, and none of the other times have worked, and I even gave up on it for a while, and then now I'm here, and this feels great, and I hope you're feeling great too. But all of that to say, the reading ends with the world. I mean, it's the world in your hand. The world is in the hand. You can have so much. You are worthy of so much. There's so much for you to have. Anything that you can, if you can imagine it, if you can dream it, you can be it. You can have it, right? And I think that achieving that comes from finding the balance that we explained through the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit, which it is really hard. And it is something that I personally understand the struggle with, so if people think it would be helpful, I can make a separate video about that. But yeah, reclaim yourself. If you know that there's something that is in alignment with yourself and your mind is cloudy or there's too much happening for you to achieve it, I say, actually, let's draw one more card. I was just gonna do a 3-card reading, but one more card in terms of what is some specific advice for this collective on how to break out of this? Okay, we got the King of Wands in reversed. Okay. This is insanely fitting. Damn. Okay, so this card points to your focus being too heavily directed where it's not meant to be directed, towards areas that are draining you, which if you are experiencing that, you probably know what I'm talking about. And if you have that subconscious thought of, oh, it's this, I invite you and encourage you to take a second and think or acknowledge it. Be like, okay, so why is this distracting me? How can I change it? That sort of thing. This card has a lot of links to inner self being diminished, which I think can either come from being a hermit or from being too involved with the rest of the world, because as humans, we are social creatures, and when you don't have enough outside world time, it's super easy to lose a part of your sense of self. But the same thing can be said for if you're out too much and you don't listen to your own thoughts enough, right? So I think that there's a huge message here of, you know what you need, and if you are able to take the time and can push yourself to, I feel like push yourself isn't the right word, because it is hard. It's really hard to make these changes and, kind of rewire your brain. But the reward for doing it is so great. It is so incredible. And I truly believe it's like you got a pot of gold waiting for you. And it's just, but you can only reach it when there's enough balance for you to walk across the walkway. You're going over a cliff or like a ravine and you got to walk across it to get to this pot of gold. But if one side of your body isn't feeling right, you're going to fall, that sort of thing. Which you're not actually going to fall. For all my people with like anxiety and stuff, you're fine. There's no pressure. There's absolutely no pressure. You can take this how you will. If you don't balance yourself, all that's going to happen is you keep living how you've been living. Right? Like the only consequence is that life just keeps going how it's been going. The positive to the change that we're talking about here is change. It's change for the better, And it's just kind of up to you. It's kind of up to you on which one you want to, want to do. But so as I wrap this up, as I end this out, I want to say thank you again for joining me. This was very beautiful. I feel very blessed to have been able to connect to the energies that I've connected to today. It was really fun. It was really fun. And honestly, y'all, I know that when you get tarot readings that are just general collective on YouTube, at least when I do, I always take it with a grain of salt. But I think that at the very least, the fact that every single individual here has potential that can be tapped into through inner work and meditation and stuff, I think that is truly, truly true. I think it's truly true. And I think y'all are a bunch of beautiful motherfucking souls. Holy shit. So yeah, thank you for joining me. This has been Candlelight Tarot with Lily, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace, peace, peace.